Hello everyone and welcome back to one of my other videos. I'm Mostafa, a master's student at Bahçe University in the field of educational technology. And as I promised you, I'm going to talk about another type of qualitative approaches. So please accompany me in this way. So our topic is today is case study research. And today we are going to focus on definition and background, defining features of case study, type of case studies, and also procedures for conducting case studies. As first part, definition and background, case study research is an investigation and analysis of a single or collective case intended to capture the complexity of the object of study. The general purpose of the case study is to describe an individual situation, identify the key issues, and lastly, analyzing the case. As an example, or some examples of the first one, we can mention as a person, business, organization, and also an institution. In defining features of case study, we have several parts. The first one is identification of a specific case, such as an individual, a small group, an organization, or a partnership. The key here is to define a case that can be bounded or described within certain criterion, such as specific place or time. Second part is the intent of conducting the case study. This one is categorized in two ways: intrinsic case and instrumental case. So what is intrinsic case? A qualitative case study can be uh, composed to illustrate a unique case, which needs to be described and detailed, which is called intrinsic case. The next one, in instrumental case, the intent of the case study may be to understand a specific issue, problem, or concern. That is called instrumental case. Another part is to present an in-depth understanding of the case. And the other one, different data analysis. Some cases involve the analysis of multiple units within the case or report on the entire case. Another part we can describe as good description, or have a good description of the case. This one includes two types: intrinsic and instrumental case studies, and also identify themes or issues or specific situations. A complete findings of the case study would then involve both of them. I mean, both a description of the case and themes or issues that the researcher has uncovered in studying the case. Lastly, we have conclusion, which is about the overall meaning derived from the case. In terms of types of the case study, we have several types, but here we have just two of them, distinguished by size and distinguished in terms of the intent of the case analysis. As an example of each one, for example, the first one we can mention as one individual, several individuals, a group, an entire program, or an activity. And as examples of distinguished in terms of the intent of the case study, we can say single instrument case study, that the researcher focuses on an issue or certain concern and then select one bounded case to illustrate this study, or collective or multiple case study, and intrinsic case study. Then at the end, we slightly focus on procedures for conducting case study. Firstly, researchers determine if a case study approach is appropriate for studying the research problem or not. Secondly, researchers identify their case or cases, then they collect the data through observation, interviews, documents, and audiovisual materials. And as the other part, integrated analysis of the entire case or an embedded analysis of specific aspects of the case. And lastly, the researcher report the meaning of the case. Thank you for watching this part. I hope it was helpful and useful for you. Just because of the lack of the time, I couldn't go in deep of the examples or the explanations. Thank you and see you next time. Alo, کردم نفشین یخچی سنم میرسه نیزنه آب میشم ها آب